All right, quick video for you guys today. I wanted to show off the God of War Collector's Edition. This thing is one of the nicest box sets I've ever seen in terms of just overall presentation. And it's really, really cool because you're like exploring parts of a treasure chest. So this lid normally sits on, I already took it off, obviously already opened it, because it's a pain in the butt to do with one hand. And since I don't have my tripod set up today, I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and at least have the lid off for you guys. But it replicates a wooden chest. This is all flat. This is not wood, but it does look really, really cool. Inside is this dice set that they give. I don't play dice, but I assume if you were into like Dungeons and Dragons or whatever it is, you'd probably be interested in all these different dice sets, which is really cool. You get a cool little bag to go with it. Over here, you get the game. Now, here's the frustrating thing with the Steelbook. There's no game inside. The creators decided to make this really, really cool Steelbook of the two, I'm assuming Atreus and Kratos. They're the two wolves there. It's really, really cool. It's got a nice, simple design, and then it's got something written on the back. I don't know what the translation actually says, but I'm sure somebody who's much smarter than me has already translated it. And then inside, it's absolutely blank. There is nothing in here save for some really cool artwork. There you can see it's got a sheen on it, but it's got Kratos and Atreus with the two wolves behind them on this side. And over here, just more of the silhouettes. You can actually see the art actually carries through with where would be the actual game, but there's no game disc included. So you just get a Steelbook to put on your shelf, I guess. You also get these two really cool little figurines here, which I will set up for you guys now. There you can take a look at those. Figurines are actually really cool. They have little inscriptions on the bottom, and they're really just chock full of so much detail. That's one of the things that I thought was so interesting about everything in this collector edition. Just the amount of things you see, the little carvings in like her shoulder and the different materials on her sword and her hair. It's all carved out, and it's got a very, very authentic look to it, and it looks like it's been hand carved, which obviously no, it hasn't. So lots of attention to detail in this top treasure piece here, but of course the real reason everybody bought this thing. So you got these little flaps here. Now this is magnetized. There's actually magnets that are in here right where my thumb is, which actually hold this in place. You can hear them pop actually when I pull, but it's got a really cool display to it. So here's more stuff. I assume somebody who's much better at mythology probably understands this. This might be like maybe all the different realms, maybe like the serpent, like the world tree in the center and stuff. There's some more inscriptions and words there. You got a really cool centerpiece in here with a bunch of different pieces of mythology and stuff. And then over here, you have even more. So they really went all in on sorting all this. And then you pull this top piece down, and there is the hammer. So it actually serves, the box actually serves as a kind of cool display. There's really no way to display this like really well. I guess you could do that. Yes, this insert piece does come out. It's got wood on the one side to replicate the box, and then the art I already showed you. But it's just so detailed. I mean, even down to little pieces of fabric, how you're like opening the chest, and then obviously the hammer, which surprisingly has way more heft to it than I thought that it would, honestly. It is a very, very heavy piece. And all the little lines you see here, all the inscriptions that are like carved into the actual part of the hammer, plus all of the detailing that goes on to kind of the holding piece, and even the base here, they're all like, they're all inscripted in. It's all different feels. This is actually, the handle is actually wrapped in leather, which is really, really cool. It's a very thin piece of leather, but it is actually two different pieces to give the impression of like wood with another material over it on the hilt. And then the hammer, like I said, the amount of detail that went into all the little pieces of gravel and stonework to make it look like, one, it's been used, but two, actually been carved lovingly with all of these slight little details is quite impressive. And that is just a really, really cool piece. You know, I've done a lot of unboxing videos with different collector editions, and I always talk about how nice some of the boxes are. But I've never seen a box that really functions as, if you had the storage space, a way to actually display the contents of the item, to make it feel like this is a treasure chest that you've unlocked, and inside is, you know, Mjölnir, right? And it's just like this amazing piece of technology. So very, very, very cool. Nice set. I know there was a more expensive set, which included other things. Obviously, this did include codes to the game. So I got vouchers for everything that you can see here. This is basically what they're calling when I redeemed it, it was basically the digital edition is what they called it. So I assume if you bought the digital edition, you would get all this. And then I don't know if this is a collector edition special or what, but it came with a couple more small little things for your characters as well. No game though. That's the only thing I can honestly say that I feel like is missing from this set. But considering the attention of detail that went into the hammer and that went into the box, definitely one of the cooler collector editions I've ever gotten, and just so much attention to detail. So there you have it, my look and thoughts on the God of War Ragnarok Collector Edition. Now it's time to go play the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.